Okay, good morning, afternoon, or evening to whoever is marking my career passport reflection video. My name is Benjamin Powell. I am a student at Curtin University, obviously, studying a Bachelor of Commerce, and I'm majoring in marketing. The purpose of this reflection video is to not only discuss my time in this unit, but to also reflect on my time in uni, things I've learned, things I would have done differently, and as well as some advice for myself moving forwards, um, just to ensure that I'm setting my career up and having those goals in place to execute. Starting off with the reflection on the employability tool. So this was a task that we did in seminar one, also done in seminar 12, which I realised after I got back from a work trip to Sydney. So I did miss out that week, but I have done it earlier today. And interestingly, the results from both of those tests, well, both of the employability tool tests, there's not much difference, which might be indicative of me just not really experiencing new things. And because the tool does change over time because you go into new fields, go into experiences. So obviously your confidence in different areas is going to change. But essentially what the tool is just measuring or showing how confident and prepared you are for your career. And it also highlights the skills that will help you succeed. So the key areas from the top of my head, there's 7 of them. So it's your knowing yourself, your communication, literacy, being willing to learn, emotional intelligence, your willingness to try new options in careers, but acting ethically as well as another one, and your digital literacy. So both of my tests that I did, both 3 months apart, they suggested that I had a good base of self-awareness. I had a good sense of motivation, but it still encouraged me to work on a few areas around my confidence, leadership, learning mindset, etc. But overall, it did show that I'm capable, adaptable, and ready to shape my own career path, which on the whole, I do agree with. I think, this past year has been a big year for me. I've finally gone to full-time work, which I'll touch on later. But, I've had a plan in place. I know I wanted to get into full-time work, and I've executed that, and I'm here now. So I definitely know I'm capable. I know the people around me, they appreciate me and my work ethic at work, and also, the enthusiasm that I bring to work. Excuse me. So I think whatever has come up on my employability tests has been reflective of, it's accurate. It's a personal thing, but I think it's a great tool to, see it in writing and have that plan in place. So moving forwards, where can I work on? What can I do differently? And how can I improve as a person? But I'm quite happy with my results from that. So just moving on to my time at uni. So this is interesting. So just touching on high school. So in high school, in year 12, I was a weapon at accounting. That was probably my biggest strength. And my accounting teacher really pushed me to go into accounting and finance at Curtin. I know she'd lectured at Curtin University, and she really loved the practicality of the course. So I went for it. I did accounting for around 2 years, and then, I had that thought to myself that I don't think I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I really wasn't enjoying the work, and I wasn't enjoying my time at uni. So I did make this. I made the call to switch to marketing. My sister, she's in marketing at the moment for PCH, in the kids hospital, and at the time she said, just go for it. It's not it's less numbers and whatever, but it was good. I think it suits my personality better. But so I transitioned into marketing, and I did enjoy it at uni. But it's interesting though. Now that I'm just on the cusp of graduating, and I'm in the workforce, I kind of wish that I did stick with accounting and finance, and that is just because on my search for internships last year, there are a lot of the jobs that I thought I'd want to be in all required that accounting and finance background. But it's at first that was disheartening, but then I found my role with pharmaceuticals and sales, and I'm loving it so far. So, maybe it was absolutely the right decision to go into marketing. I'm looking back on it, I am confident that it was the right decision. But anywho, I digress. So, my time at uni, I didn't make too many friends. I did often find myself. It's almost like when you sit in the first day in class, you sit at the table, and you sit. Most of the people I'd sit with either international students, so it's obviously a cultural and a language barrier. So I didn't find myself socializing too much with them. I mean, outside of classwork, but there were definitely a few classes where I was paired with a few guys who I had mutual friends with, and those classes were really good because I felt like I had like mates at uni, but that was nice. But that I definitely wasn't proactive enough at uni. There was a lot of mentor things that I didn't attend. Never attended a career day. Just all those extracurricular things. I didn't join a guild. I think my attitude towards uni was just go in, go to the class, get the grade, and get out. Which is a shame because I don't think I got as much out of uni as what other people do. But I'm out the other end now, and I would have done it differently if I could have. But that's life. That's life. Anywho, just moving on to my career plan. So I've always known that I wanted to get into, well, my whole time at uni, my goal has to be get the degree, get a full-time job, and start setting yourself up to actually climb the ranks, and develop a strong career. That's always been my idea, and that is what I'm currently undergoing now. So, like I said, I work in the pharmaceutical industry. I do sales for them. In terms of my career plan, it is to just soak up as much as I can, just learn, be a master of my craft. Because people respect you if you're knowledgeable in a certain thing and you execute your task daily with confidence. People respect you. In terms of where I want to be in my career, I do want to be in a senior level. I've always imagined myself being a manager, so I'm definitely going to try and do some of the self-development things that Pfizer runs. I know that they have certain programs you can go into, which if you keep sticking out those over time, they definitely will recognize your intent and your motivation, and that's how some people are climbing the ranks. And who knows, maybe I'll change career, but for the time being, that's a career plan. But it doesn't matter across any industry, the plan still remains the same. Be a master of the craft and just focus on always trying to develop. Okay. A message to my future self. I think always stay curious, always try and stay passionate. Never slow down either. I know some people who are older than me in my workforce that they kind of get stuck in their ways. And that always isn't the most beneficial thing. You always got to adapt. You always got to be, improving. So I guess, in 20 years time, if I watch this video, I'd hope that I still have that attitude. So what have we gone over today? Sorry, I know that was a lot to go through, but I hope you found it interesting. We touched on the reflection tool. So I did get a lot out of that. I have taken notes on it. So it did show that I was capable, adaptable, ready to, shape my own career path. So hopefully just keep striving at it and keep those actionable items in place, and then I'll get to where I need to be. The time in this unit, it was conflicting, but I did get stuff out of it. I understood the soft skills that need to be applied, and I know that each seminar I understood the importance and the relevance of it and how that is applied to the workforce. My time at uni, if I could have done it differently, I definitely would have, but I don't want to live life with any regrets, but we're here at the end of it now. In terms of my career plan, it's just to always, stay motivated. I want to keep developing. I want to try and get to a position where, I'm more senior level. And I'm sure that I will do that if I keep that plan in place and, keep executing and performing when I can. And also just touching on that message to myself, which is similar to my career plan. It's just keep being motivated. Don't get stuck in your ways. Always be curious. Always want to, improve and develop on yourself. That is life. So it's sad to wrap things up. This is my last ever uni assessment, unless I choose to do honours. But thank you for your time. I hope you found this interesting, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.